Stay tuned for a Rodimusbill Combiner Special. Rodimusbill here, and welcome to my Combiner Special. Today we're going to go over a bunch of the Combiners from the Combiner Wars, Titan Return, and Power of the Prime, and Siege Earthrise lines. First, going to start with my favorite, Superion. We've got Firefly, aka Firefly, Quickslinger, aka Quickslinger, Skydive, Air Raid, and Silverbolt. Now, originally, Alpha Bravo was part of the team, and Quickslinger was an afterthought. They finally decided to make a slingshot figure later, which was, you never made it to stores, I don't think. I had to go eBay and get mine. And also with this is Powerglide. Powerglide is Silverbolt's weapon, so he's an honorary aerial bot. Now, I try to keep all the weapons on the figures as they are. So right now we're going to go through. There is Firefly right there with the gun. And then we have Powerglide, Silverbolt, which is Superion's torso. Very, very nice. I have the old original Superion, which I'll put a link below to my Superion Alone review. And there is Quickslinger or Slingshot. Very nice, with Silverbolt's gun. And then we have Skydive and Firefly is the two jets that make the feet up. Now, turn this guy around. There he is from this side. He doesn't have that much of a backpack, as you can see. It's just the front of the Concorde jet from Silverbolt. So he does have a little backpack. But I really do like the original Superion. These were the front. But what they did was they flipped them over and they look a lot better now. If you ever saw the old Superion, he was the weakest of the Combiners only because of Silverbolt's legs. They never quite got Silverbolt's legs right to make Superions, and it just fell apart. Now, in the IDW comic books, Alpha Bravo was a leg. So we're just going to switch some things around. Hold on. And voila. Now I have Alpha Bravo is the leg. And I have Air Raid and arm. And that is how Superion looks in the IDW form with Alpha Bravo as a leg. Now, for articulation, the Combiner port does rotate 360 degrees. And depends on how you do the legs. You can, or the arms, you can have 90-degree bend or less if you have them the other way around. The feet on ratchets, they go that far up. Superion goes that far down. He can do the whole split. And what you can do, whoops, is bend him at the Combiner port. And we're just going to show you on Superion. Most of these will all transform this or move the same way. And now we're back to Superion with Alpha Bravo. And that is my favorite, our first Combiner of the day, Superion. Let's see what's next. And staying with the Combiner Wars, we've got the Stunticons forming Menosaur. Now, quick note, I am missing Blackjack for the chest piece. And we have Shockwave instead. He goes for Bruticus, but we don't have Bruticus. And Menasaur is combined of Motormaster, Dragstrip, Dead End, Breakdown, and this is Off-Road. Now, just like Superion, originally it was Wild Rider, but they replaced him with Off-Road. Now, just like Quicksling with Slingshot, they did offer a Wild Ride figure later on. He was called Breakneck, but we never did get him. So, you know, they resubstituted one character for another, and then they brought that character back. Now, for Menosaur, we have Dragstrip as the arm. Menosaur has got a nice sword. You've got the chest. Let's look at that face. Very nice face. It's black, red eyes, and silver. I'm not too fond of this mold with the chest. We'll see it again later on with another figure. And there is Dead End in his original colors and stuff. Shockwave makes a gun, again for Bruticus, but since we don't have it. And then we've got Breakdown. And we've got Off-Road, which was an SUV. Now, for Menasaur, we'll turn him around. There you go. Now you can see how long that sword is. These guys are pretty big, so I have to get way back. And then we go to the back. Very clean back. You can basically see Motor Master right there. There's his chest. There's his legs with Menosaur's head. Whoops. And there is the side. So he doesn't have that much of a backpack. He's very, very clean figure. There's Off-Road. Again, he's an SUV. Here's Off-Road. He's an SUV. And there is Breakdown, the Countach, or Lamborghini. Now, and this is Shockwave. Legend size figure. Makes quite a little gun right there. Now, Menosaur, in the cartoons, G1, he was the plainest looking combiner. It was just flat chested. He didn't really have any design. So I think this is, out of the combiners I got, this is the one I like the least. Just because, nothing that, to fault him, but just the way they did Menosaur. The whole chest thing with the blackjack car, just didn't like. And that is the Stuntagon's Menosaur from Combiner Wars. Our next combiner is the Protectobots and Defensor, also from Combiner Wars. And like in the last two, Groove was an original Protectobot, and he was replaced by Rook, a SWAT team. And later on, they brought Groove back as a deluxe figure that was not in the stores. You had to go to Amazon or eBay to get him. Now, originally Groove they have a legend size Groove right there, and it is part of his chest. So we have our first aid. Oh, whoops. We have Blades, which is the rescue helicopter. Again, just a remold of Alpha Bravo. We have Hotspot, is the blue fire engine. And we have the SWAT vehicle Rook, which is new to the Protectobots. And on the bottom we have Streetwise, the police car, and the ambulance first aid. And now let's take a quick spin around look at Defensor. Now Defensor I had Defensor in G1 too. And he was the one that was built very good. Just the way Hotspot's very blocky. Like you don't have the problem with the aerial bot legs like in G1. Defensor was a nice, solid, bulky figure. And as we rotate him, you see some more of Blades. You can see a little more of the Groove motorcycle on the chest. We'll take him off in a minute. Backpack, not that bad of a backpack. I think we're missing part of the ladder. I'll have to get with my son. He's the one that built these. And then as we rotate around, there, and we are back to here. And here is that little Groove figure. I'm not going to transform him, but you can see there's his face right there. He's just a legend size figure. And, like previously mentioned, this is the Deluxe Groove, which also I had to go on eBay to get. And we're just going to put Groove back where he belongs. So we're just going to pause it right here. And now we're back to G1 Defensor. Notice I put Streetwise on the right side, Groove on the left side, and First Aid is an arm, and so is Blades. And I took the Groove off. So that is our original G1 Defensor. And we'll take a look at Defensor's face. Sorry about that. And there is Defensor's face. He's got the silver, the blue eyes, and the black. There's that chest without Groove on it. And then that is... Now, I guess it made sense. A motorcycle for a leg, how really big could be when you put a motorcycle to a car. So it made sense that they brought in Rook. And they brought in this, and made Groove a legend size figure. And next. And for our next combiner, this is one we made up. We're going to call it Sky Rain. We have Skylinks as the torso. We have Black Wing and Dreadwind as the arms. And we've got Power of the Primes Jazz and Moonracer as the leg. And that is how this guy stands up. And we're just going to go down. We got Dreadwing, or Black Wing and Dreadwind equals Dreadwing when they combine. But those are the two Decepticon jets. There is Sky Rain with Skylinks. And going down the feet, you got Jazz and the female Moonracer. And just to spin this guy around. And we're just going to... Oops. And there's the back now. Right there. Oops. There we go. And as we rotate around... Moonracer doesn't like to keep her foot in, but we're just going to show you that. And that is Sky Rain. So if you like Sky Rain, let me know in the comments below. Next. And for our next combiner, we're going to call this guy Optimus Maximus. He is composed of, we're going to reuse Moonracer and Jazz. And now we've got Alpha Bravo from the Aerial Bots, and we've got the Deluxe Groove, and we've got Rodimus right there as the chest piece. Now, there is Moonracer for the arm, and then the Jazz for the other arm. Now, it doesn't really, I'll tell you in a minute. There's Optimus Prime. Look at that face sculpt, very nice Optimus. There's Rodimus, or Hot Rod. Then you go down. He's the same mold as the Stunticon's Menosaur. And then there's Alpha Bravo, which was Slingshot's replacement. And there is the Deluxe Groove. Now, normally Groove was not part of the original Protectobots. He got replaced with Rook, but then they later on brought him out. Now, I was saying, some of these cars, the arms look too thick, but if you move them sideways, you won't be able to turn the arms. So now they do a 90-degree bend forward. Whoops. But if you turn it, you won't have any bend at the arms. And again, let's say Moonracer makes a 90-degree bend. The legs, pretty good. You can bend them at the knees with the combiner port. And this, they have two peg holes right there. And these two pegs here. But they never stay on. Whoops, and that is Velcro. Because I tried to get this guy to work, but for some reason he doesn't work good. Alright, well, we'll just keep Optimus optimal like that. And we'll just turn him around. And there you have from side view. Now this Optimus mold doesn't have that much of a backpack, which is good. Again, it's the Motormaster mold redone. And that's that cool. Finally, they made a Deluxe Groove, which was very hard to get, but I found them. And that is Optimus Maximus. Let's see if we can put Hot Rod on. And there is Optimus Maximus. And our next combiner is a brand new one, never seen before. This is Volcanicus. It is the Dinobot combiner found in the Power of the Primes, and we have Swoop, Slag, Snarl, Sludge, and Grimlock. Now, this is the first time these 5 guys have been a combiner, and it came with a matrix. So first, we're going to take a look at Swoop on the arm. We'll go down there and see Swoop. We got Grimlock. Now, this comes with, the Grimlock came with 2 feet, but each of the 4 limbs came with feet. So what you can do is feet that become arms, you can put them right here to give him added bulk. Going down Grimlock's legs to make Volcanicus' arm. And there is Sludge and Snarl. Now some have this split like that. To me, that makes no sense at all. So I just close them up. And then you got over here Slag as the arm. And that is Volcanicus. And we will go through Volcanicus. And as we rotate around, there we go. We got the side. The back is pretty clean back. You got the back of Grimlock. And there are those, you can see those hands, feet better. It was pretty neat, just like in the other one I'm going to show you next. Each limb came with a hand/foot, but the Voyager size torso came with their own feet, which is different from the Combiner Wars line, and that is how we get Volcanicus. Now there was an upgrade kit for some swords and a couple other pieces, but I haven't gotten it yet. I still might get it one day. Now he does look kind of thin. That's why these arms or feet help bulk him up. But just, I guess the way he transforms, you can kind of see those are Grimlock's arms, and there's his head. So there is a lot of space in between the combiner ports and the figures. But that is, let's go get a good size at Volcanicus. He's got red eyes, gold, and black. Now they are redoing Volcanicus in a Transformers Generation Select figure at Hasbro Pulse with cartoon accurate colors. Now let's try to do articulation here. Again, it's the combiner port moves, the arms, and these legs do move up and back, not as much as the other ones. And of course the combiner ports do the knee bend. But the way Grimlock sits doesn't have much. I mean, I am glad, don't get me wrong, I am glad they finally made a Dinobot combiner. Could they have made him a little better? Maybe. Maybe not so much space in between here, but still, it is Volcanicus. What more can you ask for other than a Dinobot combiner? You know, growing up, I always wished there was a Dinobot combiner, and now I got one. Let's see what's... And staying with the Power of the Primes line, we have Abominus, the most colorful combiner of them all. Now, this is the Terracon combiner. We have Hungar, Cutthroat, Ripper Snapper, Center Twin, and Blot. And again, these two came with Hungar, so we've got extra feet, and I like to put them on the back. It gives them more stability. And he did come with his own Prime. The Power of the Prime lines had their own Primes. There it is. And that is this, I forget what they're called, but Grimlock had his own Prime Matrix, and now he's got his own Matrix. And like I said, he's very colorful. Let's see what these figures look like. First, Cutthroat the Bird. There we go. Very similar to Swoop's design. And notice all the different color hands. Hungar. We got the yellow eyes, the pink face, and the gray helmet. You go down the pink, gray color, the something in the gray. And this is Ripper Snapper, the shark. Very, very nice. Then we come down here and we have the two-headed dog center twin. And then we have Blot, which I don't know what Blot is. And you notice they all had different, you got purple, you got blue, and then you had teal, and you had another blue. And these are the hands and feet that make the, again, all the four limbs came with these, but on these, well, just like Grimlock, the Voyager figure came with the feet. Now, no weapons, which is kind of weird, but let's rotate him. Oh, and also, one thing that I wish they could have done, on the original G1, you had Hungar's claws right here. On this guy, they're on the back. And if you could somehow put those around, it'd be nice. But that is what it looks like from the back. Pretty clean transformation. Again, just the tail sticks out and the claws like that. I kind of wish the claws were on front. That was pretty cool because it gave Abominus knees. And again, there you go. These are all very similar. Again, if you do it, they do look better with the slimmer arm, but you can't move up. So you got that. And let's see, he's got some good ratchets. They go out, and then the combiner port is what makes all of the knees move. And they're all interchangeable. As we saw before with Quickslinger, with Jazz, with Moonracer, they're very all interchangeable. And these guys didn't come with legend-sized counterparts, but they came with the extra feet. So as the toy lines progress, you are getting newer and new stuff. Alright, let's see what we've got next. We're running out of combiners. Our last combiner is the Titan class Preda King. As you can see, he towers over the rest. Here he is compared to Defensor. And you can see the difference in size. He is made of 5 Voyager size figures, not 1 and 4 deluxe. And let's look at, there is Dive Bomb, the arm. Very nice. The hands are different on this. We got Steeljaw, Razor Claw, the lion as the torso. And that right there is part of Dive Bomb's wings. We got Rampage, the puma, I believe he is. And then we got Headstrong and Tantrum. Sorry, I had a brain freeze moment right there. And that is those guys. Now these are the Titan class, $150 price point figures. And they are not interchangeable. Yes, you could switch out the 2 legs, or you could switch out the 2 arms. But other than that, well, I guess you can't change them as legs. You can't make the legs arms and the arms legs. Alright, and as we go around this big guy, we got to back up since they're so big. There we go. And notice he's very thin, except for a tiny backpack. He is pretty thin. And we rotate him in the back. And these legs really don't, Razor Claw's legs really don't stay in. But there he is from the back. This is a nice figure. And as we turn him around, we've got guns right there. We got the wings that pull out. Whoops. There we go. And for this guy, let me set this down. For this guy, we have waist rotation all the way. We've got the arms move up. There we go. And these are all part of the legs. So we've got 90 degrees like that, and also a ratchet right there. I actually have a review on all these guys if you want. And on these, the two guns become one big gun. And these other weapons, so these you take off, the hands you take off, and they fit inside Headstrong and Tantrum. And I have a review on this guy. You could check out my Power of the Prime's Preda King review playlist, and that is Preda King. Now, we can't do Preda King without Commander Modesty Skylinks. Now, I know Skylinks ain't a combiner per sorts, but Skylinks always liked going up against Preda King, and this is the new Commander class, and I think right there, that is a pretty good scale, because you used to have Skylinks wrap his tail around Preda King's head and break him into pieces in a cartoon. And so there you go. I wanted to finish off the review with the newest combiner, or the, well, he's not really a combiner, but Skylinks and Preda King. And that is it for that. And I've got one more special edition. And our last combiner is Voltron, Defender of the Universe, the king of all combiners. You've got the red lion, the black lion, the green lion, the blue lion, and the yellow lion. Now, this is the Netflix version. That is why the back wings are a little different. And we'll rotate them. This is the die-cast metal set, which is very nice. And let's look at Voltron. Look at that face. You got the blue and yellow eyes. You got the gray. You got the black lion head. You've got the red lion. You've got the green lion with the shield. You've got the blue and the yellow lions. And on the back, you've got these wings, which I kind of like. There we go. There. Kind of gives you like Voltron from the old show, the original 84 version, which I still like the best. And that is the combiner of Voltron. Well, let's see. We'll call these the Lion Bots, and they form Voltron, the combiner. And that is it for Voltron. And for one final shot, we're going to showcase all the combiners from Preda King to Menasaur to Abominus to Superion, Skylinks. We've got Defensor, and we've got Volcanicus and Voltron. And that is the combiner special. Alright, that's Rodimusbill right here. I hope you enjoyed my combiner special. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications. And check out all of my playlists. I have a Volcanicus playlist, Superion playlist, Abominus, Preda King. I haven't done the Combiner Wars Stunnicon or Protectobots yet, but one day I might go back and do it. Rodimusbill out. Final words. Merge and become...